If your plants are yellowing, stunted, or giving you fewer fruits even after you've fed them the best fertilizer money can buy, it's not your fault. The truth is, fertilizers only tell half the story. You can pour in all the nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium you want, but if your soil biology is dead, compacted, or missing the microscopic minerals that keep roots alive, your plants simply can't eat. It's like stocking a kitchen full of groceries when the stove is broken. The ingredients are there, but nothing cooks. Today on Crop Corner, we're uncovering 5 hidden soil secrets that can literally triple your harvests, without relying on expensive fertilizers. These natural amendments don't just feed plants, they rebuild the foundation of your soil from the inside out. Once you understand these 5 game changers, your garden will never struggle again. This is the powerhouse of soil transformation. Biochar is a carbon-rich material made by heating organic matter in a low-oxygen environment, a process known as pyrolysis, but don't confuse it with charcoal from your grill. Biochar's internal surface area is astonishing. Just 1 gram has the surface area of 2 tennis courts. That's space for billions of beneficial microbes to live, multiply, and work for your plants. When added to soil, biochar acts like a sponge that holds water, nutrients, and microorganisms. It prevents leaching during heavy rains, reduces watering frequency, and keeps nutrients available where roots can reach them. More importantly, it gives beneficial microbes a permanent home, meaning your soil becomes more fertile with every season, not less. To use it correctly, mix 10% biochar by volume into the top 6 inches of soil. For example, if you're preparing 10 gallons of soil, blend in 1 gallon of biochar. Pre-soak it for 24 hours in compost tea or plain water at a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 gallon of water per gallon of biochar to charge it with microbes. Once incorporated, it lasts for centuries, improving structure, water retention, and fertility indefinitely. If you've ever battled with hard, clay-like soil that turns into concrete when dry and sticky mud when wet, you already know the pain. The problem isn't the soil itself, it's the way those tiny clay particles pack together so tightly that roots can't breathe or move. That's where gypsum, or calcium sulfate, comes in. Gypsum's calcium ions cause clay particles to clump into larger aggregates, a process called flocculation. The result? Air pockets open up, drainage improves, and roots can finally explore freely. Even better, gypsum adds calcium without changing soil pH, making it perfect for gardens where adding lime would cause alkalinity issues. So, you'll want to apply about 40 pounds of gypsum per 1,000 square feet and mix it into the top 6 inches of soil. For smaller areas, that's, about 4 pounds per 100 square feet. After applying, make sure you water deeply, using roughly 1 inch of water, so that's around 62 gallons per 100 square feet, to help the gypsum dissolve and spread through the soil profile. Within just a few weeks, you'll notice looser, fluffier soil and deeper root growth that really powers explosive yields. Modern fertilizers, well, they focus on just 3 nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. But, plants actually need 17 essential elements, and those trace minerals are what really turn average growth into abundance. Azomite, which is a natural mineral powder formed from ancient volcanic ash, is honestly the missing key. It contains over 70 trace elements like boron, molybdenum, cobalt, and selenium, all of which are vital for plant metabolism and immunity. Even in microscopic amounts, these minerals make a massive difference. Boron prevents cracked tomato fruits, molybdenum helps legumes fix nitrogen, and cobalt strengthens stems. By restoring these ultra-trace elements, azomite boosts flavor, color, and nutrient density, while making plants more disease-resistant and drought-tolerant. For garden beds, mix 5 to 10 pounds per 1,000 square feet into the top few inches of soil. For potted plants, use 1 tablespoon per gallon of soil. Water in with half a gallon per square foot to help minerals bind with organic matter. You'll notice stronger stems, deeper green leaves, and more consistent fruit set within a single season. When most fertilizers fade, green sand keeps working. Made from the mineral glauconite, green sand is rich in potassium, iron, magnesium, and over 30 trace minerals. What makes it special is its slow-release nature. It feeds your soil for up to 5 years after application. That means steady, sustainable nutrition without constant reapplication. Green sand also improves soil texture dramatically. In sandy soil, it increases water-holding capacity. In clay soil, it improves drainage and aeration. Over time, it builds a perfectly balanced soil structure that stays fertile year after year. Use 50 to 100 pounds of green sand per 1,000 square feet, mixing it into the top 6 inches. For smaller raised beds, that's about 5 pounds per 100 square feet. To activate it faster, mix with compost or water it in using 1 gallon of water per 10 pounds of green sand. For even greater results, blend it with biochar. The combination creates a nutrient-rich microbial matrix that delivers minerals right to your plant roots. If there's one amendment that ties everything together, it's worm castings, the ultimate natural fertilizer created by earthworms. They're packed with beneficial bacteria, enzymes, and plant hormones that keep your soil alive. Each gram of worm castings contains billions of living organisms that continue to improve soil structure and nutrient cycling long after they're added. Unlike chemical fertilizers, worm castings feed both plants and microbes. They contain 5 times more nitrogen, 7 times more phosphorus, and 11 times more potassium than average topsoil, yet they never burn roots. Their secret power is biological synergy. The microbes in castings help unlock minerals from biochar, azomite, and green sand, turning them into forms plants can instantly absorb. For new beds, mix 25% worm castings into your soil blend. For established gardens, top dress with a half-inch layer once a year. Container plants thrive when 10 to 20% of the potting mix is pure worm castings. After applying, water with 1 gallon per square foot to help those microbes soak deep into the root zone. If you want to go all in, start your own worm bin. A small setup costs around $50 and produces a continuous supply of castings, organic gold that never runs out. Fertilizer may give your plants a quick meal, but these 5 soil secrets, biochar, gypsum, azomite, green sand, and worm castings, build the kitchen, the pantry, and the chefs that keep your garden thriving for life. Once you start feeding the soil instead of the plant, everything changes. You'll notice deeper greens, faster growth, richer flavors, and higher yields, without chasing expensive chemical products every season. If this guide gave you a new way to think about soil health, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button, share this video with another grower, and stay tuned to Crop Corner for more science-backed gardening strategies that transform your harvest from the roots up.